Imagine a man who rose from the dusty streets of San Francisco during the Great Depression to become one of Hollywood's most enduring legends. Clint Eastwood, a name synonymous with grit, talent, and timeless charisma, has not only shaped cinema, but built an empire worth a staggering $375 million. From iconic roles in Dirty Harry to directing Oscar-winning masterpieces like Unforgiven, his journey is nothing short of extraordinary. But what does life look like for this 94-year-old icon in 2025? Where does he call home? What cars does he drive? And who's by his side after decades of headline-making relationships? Stick around as we take you inside the lifestyle of Clint Eastwood, a story of hard-won success, jaw-dropping properties, and a legacy that'll leave you inspired. Clint Eastwood's story begins in a time of hardship. Born on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, California, he grew up during the Great Depression, a period when families scraped by on next to nothing. His father, Clinton Sr., was a steelworker and later a manufacturing executive, while his mother, Ruth, juggled odd jobs to keep the family afloat. Moving frequently across California, young Clint learned early that stability was a luxury. Ruth instilled in him a love for music and resilience, teaching him to push through adversity with quiet determination. Life wasn't easy for the lanky kid nicknamed Samson for his size at birth. At 19, Clint faced rejection and uncertainty, working odd jobs as a lifeguard, paper carrier, and even a grocery clerk while dreaming of something bigger. Money was tight, and self-doubt loomed large, but those struggles forged the steely resolve that would later define his career. One story stands out. As a teenager, he nearly drowned in the Pacific Ocean while swimming back from a crashed plane, a brush with death that taught him to never give up, a lesson he'd carry into Hollywood. Clint Eastwood's path to stardom wasn't paved with gold, it was built on grit. His first break came in 1954 when he landed a contract with Universal Studios, earning $75 a week for bit parts in B-movies like Revenge of the Creature. It was grueling work with little glamour, but it put him on the map. The real turning point arrived in 1959 when he was cast as Rowdy Yates in the TV series Rawhide. For 7 years, he honed his craft, becoming a household name and earning $750 per episode, a fortune for the time. The 1960s catapulted Clint to global fame with Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy, A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. His portrayal of the enigmatic man with no name redefined the Western genre and grossed over $40 million worldwide. By the 1970s, he was Hollywood's top draw, starring as the tough-as-nails cop in Dirty Harry, a role that earned him $1 million, a massive paycheck back then. But Clint wasn't content just acting. He stepped behind the camera, directing hits like Play Misty for Me and later Unforgiven, which won him 2 Oscars for Best Director and Best Picture in 1993. His career spans over 60 years, with more than 80 acting credits and 45 directorial projects. From Million Dollar Baby to Gran Torino, Clint's work has grossed billions at the box office and earned him 4 Oscars, 5 Golden Globes, and a Kennedy Center honor. At 94, he's still active, with his latest film Juror No. 2 released in 2024, proving age is just a number for this legend. If you're loving this deep dive into Clint Eastwood's incredible life, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the Celeb Insider for more exclusive celebrity stories. Let's dive into the places he's called home and the stories behind them. The Carmel Connection, a love affair with the coast. If there's one place that defines Clint Eastwood's real estate legacy, it's Carmel by the Sea, California. This charming seaside town isn't just a backdrop for his life. It's a canvas he's painted with his vision. Eastwood's connection to Carmel began in the 1950s when he was stationed at Fort Ord during his Army service. It was here, amid the crashing waves and quaint streets, that he first visited the Mission Ranch, sipping a beer and dreaming of a future tied to this coastal gem. By 2025, Carmel remains the heart of his real estate story. One of the standout properties in Eastwood's Carmel history is Los Andes, a Spanish revival-style mansion that's made waves in the real estate world. Located just a block from Carmel Beach, this 4,442-square-foot home boasts 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and breathtaking Pacific Ocean views. Eastwood lived here from 1981 to 1996, a period that overlapped with his tenure as Carmel's mayor from 1986 to 1988. During his mayoral stint, he fought to preserve the town's unique character, famously overturning a ban on eating ice cream in public, showing his deep commitment to the community. Los Andes, built in 1924, is a blend of old-world charm and modern luxury. With its gated courtyard, fire pit, vaulted ceilings, and gourmet kitchen, it's a property fit for a Hollywood titan. Eastwood sold it in 1996 for $2.25 million to Frederick Ossuch, who later invested $2.5 million in upgrades, including seismic retrofitting and an arts and crafts-inspired redesign. By 2024, the home hit the market for $21 million, the priciest listing in Carmel at the time, and sold for $18.55 million in October of that year. While Eastwood no longer owns it, Los Andes remains a symbol of his taste and foresight, its value skyrocketing since his days there. Mission Ranch, preserving a piece of history. Another cornerstone of Eastwood's Carmel empire is the Mission Ranch Hotel and Restaurant, a 22-acre property that's as much a passion project as it is a real estate holding. Eastwood's history with Mission Ranch goes back to his Army days when it was a humble spot for soldiers to unwind. By the 1980s, this former dairy farm turned officers' club faced demolition for condominiums. Eastwood, ever the protector of what he loves, bought the property and transformed it into a beloved local landmark. In 2025, Mission Ranch stands as a testament to his dedication. Spanning the Carmel River where it meets the Pacific, the property offers 31 guest rooms, a top-notch restaurant, and views of wetlands and grazing sheep. Eastwood has invested millions in its restoration, hiring stonemasons from the nearby Mission San Carlos Borromeo to rebuild chimneys and furnishing it with props from his films. He said he'd be happy if it just breaks even, a rare stance for a celebrity of his stature. For Eastwood, Mission Ranch isn't about profit, it's about preserving a slice of Carmel's soul. Tehama, a vision of sustainable luxury. High above Carmel Valley lies Tehama, a 2,000-acre residential community that's one of Eastwood's most ambitious real estate ventures. Founded by Eastwood, Tehama is a blend of luxury and environmental consciousness, with only 90 home sites across its vast expanse, 85% of which remains untouched wilderness. I wanted to create a place where people could have privacy and space, Eastwood once explained, and in 2025, Tehama continues to fulfill that vision. Eastwood owns a sprawling 15,949 square foot home within Tehama, built when he was 80 for an estimated $20 million. This modern compound, where he lives with his girlfriend, features sustainable innovations like an on-site water source and a reclamation plant for irrigation. The final lots in Tehama were released in 2019, with prices ranging from $2.1 million for a wooded parcel to $8.8 million for a hilltop site with ocean views. In 2025, Tehama remains an exclusive retreat, attracting buyers who share Eastwood's love for nature and solitude. Pebble Beach, a golfing legacy. Eastwood's Carmel area influence extends to the legendary Pebble Beach golf links, which he co-purchased in 1999 with investors like Peter Uberroth and Richard Ferris for $820 million. His personal stake was around $20 million, and by 2025, that investment has soared in value, bolstered by the course's status as a golfing mecca. He once owned a 6,900 square foot Spanish farmhouse-style estate in Pebble Beach, Hacienda Este Madera, bought in 1994 for $3.925 million and sold in 2017 for $9.75 million. With its adobe walls and ocean vistas, it was a perfect fit for Eastwood's aesthetic. Bel Air Bliss, Hollywood glamour meets serenity. Shifting to Los Angeles, Eastwood's Bel Air properties showcase a different side of his real estate portfolio. His crown jewel here is a 6,136 square foot Spanish-style mansion designed by Paul McLean, valued at around $30 million in 2025. With sweeping city views and seamless indoor-outdoor living, it's a contemporary stunner. Next door, he owns a more modest home that's been his primary Bel Air residence, plus an apartment in Burbank for work convenience. These properties highlight his ability to balance Hollywood glamour with practical living. In 2025, Eastwood may slow on new buys, but his holdings keep growing in value. Will he sell more California gems to focus on Tehama? Only time will tell. His real estate legacy, like his films, will endure as a symbol of a life well lived. Car collection. Eastwood's love for cars goes way back to his early days in California, where he dreamed of owning the coolest rides. His success in films like The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly and Dirty Harry gave him the means to turn that dream into reality. In 2025, his collection is a mix of vintage charm, cinematic history, and unexpected picks that show off his rugged yet refined taste. These cars aren't just machines, they're pieces of his legacy. Let's dive into the top 5. 1. 1972 Ford Gran Torino Sport, the movie legend. Topping our list is the 1972 Ford Gran Torino Sport, a car that's practically a co-star in Eastwood's 2008 film Gran Torino. This isn't just any muscle car. It's the one Eastwood drove on screen as Walt Kowalski, a grizzled vet with a soft spot for his ride. After filming, he bought it from the production team, making it a permanent fixture in his 2025 collection. Painted in a striking green, this American classic is a symbol of Eastwood's tough, no-nonsense vibe. The Gran Torino Sport boasts a V8 engine with around 248 horsepower, a long hood, and a bold grille that screams 70s muscle. Sourced from eBay for the movie, it's been kept in pristine condition, with Eastwood occasionally cruising it around Carmel by the Sea. Its movie fame and rarity, muscle cars faded after the 70s, make it a standout, blending his on-screen grit with real-life passion. 2. 1992 GMC Typhoon, the stealth powerhouse. At number 2, we've got a curveball, the 1992 GMC Typhoon. This high-performance SUV proves Eastwood's taste isn't limited to flashy classics. In 2025, this black beauty remains a favorite, a sleeper hit that hides serious power under its unassuming shell, just like Eastwood himself. The Typhoon's turbocharged 4.3-liter V6 pumps out 280 horsepower, hitting 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. Only 4,697 were made, making it a rare gem. Eastwood revealed his love for it on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, calling it his daily driver. Spotted around California, it's a practical yet thrilling ride that matches his understated coolness, earning it a solid spot on our list. 3. 1955 Cadillac Eldorado Series 62 Convertible, the sentimental classic. Coming in at number 3 is the 1955 Cadillac Eldorado Series 62 Convertible, a car dripping with mid-century luxury and personal meaning. Eastwood bought this pink stunner in 1955, 2 years after marrying Maggie Johnson, as a post-wedding treat. In 2025, it's still a cherished part of his collection, a nod to his early Hollywood days. With a 331 cubic inch V8 pushing 270 horsepower, this 222-inch long convertible was a status symbol in its time. Features like the Autronic Eye headlight dimmer added cutting-edge flair. Restored for over $100,000, it's a pristine time capsule Eastwood occasionally drives, blending nostalgia with his larger-than-life persona. 4. 1966 Ferrari 275 GP, the Italian prize. At number 4, we've got the 1966 Ferrari 275 GTB, a sleek Italian masterpiece tied to Eastwood's spaghetti western fame. Legend says producer Dino De Laurentiis gifted it to him to seal the deal for The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly. In 2025, this metallic green beauty, originally gunmetal gray, remains a jewel in his garage. Powered by a 3.3-liter V12 with 280 horsepower, the 275 GTB was a marvel of its era, blending speed and elegance. Eastwood's ownership adds star power to its legacy, though he sold it years ago and later reacquired a similar model. It's a perfect match for his suave, fearless image from the 60s. 5. 1977 Pontiac Trans Am, the muscle movie star. Rounding out our list at number 5 is the 1977 Pontiac Trans Am, a black and gold icon that echoes Eastwood's friendship with Burt Reynolds. Inspired by Smokey and the Bandit, this car brings American muscle to his 2025 collection with its bold, screaming chicken, hood decal, and raw power. The Trans Am's V8 engine delivers around 185 horsepower, with a throaty roar that fits Eastwood's tough guy roles. He's kept it in top shape, a tribute to his love for 70s classics and his bond with Reynolds, who once said they were fired from Universal Studios on the same day. It's a fitting finale to our top 5 business ventures and net worth. Clint Eastwood's $375 million fortune in 2025 is a monument to his multifaceted career. His production company, Malpaso Productions, founded in 1967, has been a cornerstone, producing nearly all his films since Hang 'Em High. Malpaso's lean budgets and high returns. Unforgiven cost $14 million, but grossed $159 million, have kept profits flowing. Real estate investments, like Mission Ranch and properties in Pebble Beach, add millions to his portfolio. Clint also co-owns the Tehama Golf Club in Carmel, a private course valued at $50 million, catering to elite golfers. His wealth isn't just from movies. Clint's composed music for films like Mystic River and earned royalties from licensing deals. He's also dabbled in politics, serving as mayor of Carmel by the Sea from 1986 to 1988, boosting local tourism and his personal brand. Unlike many stars, Clint lives frugally, avoiding lavish spending, which has preserved his fortune. At 94, he's still directing, with Juror Number 2 adding to his legacy and bank account. His net worth reflects not just success, but discipline, a rarity in Hollywood. Clint Eastwood's personal life is as complex as his films. He's been married twice, first to Margaret Maggie Johnson from 1953 to 1984, with whom he has 2 children, Kyle and Allison. His second marriage, to news anchor Dina Ruiz from 1996 to 2014, produced daughter Morgan. Beyond marriage, Clint has fathered 8 children with 6 women, including Lori, born 1954, mother unknown, Kimber, 1964, with Roxanne Tunis, Scott and Catherine, 1986 and 1988, with Jacelyn Reeves, and Francesca, 1993, with Frances Fisher. His blended family, while unconventional, remains close, with several kids following him into showbiz. Personal life and controversies. Romantically, Clint's been linked to stars like Sandra Locke, with whom he had a turbulent 14-year relationship ending in a 1989 lawsuit. More recently, he was with Christina Sandera, a former hotel employee, from 2014 until her sudden death in July 2024 from a heart attack at 61. By late 2024, rumors swirled of a new girlfriend, though her identity remains unconfirmed in 2025. Clint's kept quiet, letting speculation run wild while focusing on family and work. Controversies have shadowed him. His 2016 comments praising Donald Trump sparked backlash from liberal fans, though he later clarified he valued independence over party lines. Critics have also called out his films like American Sniper for glorifying war, but Clint defends his work as storytelling, not propaganda. In 2020, he faced scrutiny for supporting Trump again, yet he weathered the storm with his trademark stoicism, never apologizing for his views. Love him or hate him, Clint's authenticity is undeniable. Clint Eastwood's influence extends far beyond the screen. His films have shaped genres, westerns with the outlaw Josie Wales, thrillers with Dirty Harry, dramas with letters from Iwo Jima. He's mentored actors like Bradley Cooper and inspired directors like Quentin Tarantino. His minimalist directing style, fast shoots, few takes, has set a standard for efficiency in Hollywood. Off-screen, Clint's philanthropy shines. He's donated millions to environmental causes, including the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and supports veterans through his film's proceeds. His restoration of Mission Ranch preserved a piece of California history, earning him local adoration. In 2007, France awarded him the Legion d'Honneur, and in 2009, he received the National Medal of Arts from President Obama. Variety named him one of the 100 icons of the century, a nod to his cultural impact. Clint's legacy is about resilience. From a Depression-era kid to a global icon, he proves dreams don't have expiration dates. His story reminds us that with grit and heart, anyone can rewrite their fate. At 94, he's still creating, still inspiring, a living legend whose mark on the world will endure. Wow, what a journey through the life of Clint Eastwood. From his humble beginnings to a $375 million empire. His story is proof that hard work and passion can conquer anything. Did you love exploring his Mission Ranch estate, drooling over his Gran Torino, or uncovering his latest romance rumors? If so, smash that like button and subscribe to the Celeb Insider for more celebrity deep dives. Drop a comment. What's your favorite Clint Eastwood movie? And check out our other videos for more star-studded lifestyles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.